The materials that I've got for this is just simple sketching materials. We've got a mechanical pencil sharpener here, but any pencil sharpener, of course, would do. The pencil I'm using is a 4B pencil. A 4B pencil is quite a strong pencil, but it means we can see it clearly. That's why I'm using this one. We've got a 30 centimetre 12-inch ruler and a putty rubber or a razor. That's all I need. Let's start off by showing you how to sketch in a building. How can we get buildings looking right so the angles are all perfect? Well, I'm going to show you this using a method called 2-point perspective. Now this might sound a bit scary, but it's not. It's quite a straightforward process. It's all to do with where your eyes are. So where you're sat looking out at the scene in front of you, if you close one eye and you do this, drag a line straight across, that's your eye level, and that line that I'm drawing out there is perfect to sketch on your paper. So let's imagine you're looking out at the sea. Let's imagine you're looking out at the sea. The sea will always have a perfectly straight horizon, so we'll sketch that line in, and that's going to be the horizon of the sea. Now what I'm going to do on that line is I'm going to mark in 2 little points, and these are the 2 vanishing points. These 2 spots are going to go either side towards the end of the actual page, and then we're going to take the ruler. Now I will work in centimetres here, but of course you could work in inches, it wouldn't really matter. And I want to sketch a line, and this line is going to go 3 centimetres above the line and 3 centimetres below the line. That line is vertical. It's a nice clean vertical line. From the points, the base, we're going to draw a very weak line that goes towards the 2 vanishing points. This is a way to get a perfect building in perspective. Bring the lines down and go back the opposite way. A nice thing to practice if you've got a few minutes to spare in your busy lives. Beautiful. And then this line, this middle line, is the central line. We'll come across maybe something like that, and we'll sketch the line. It's probably 3 centimetres wide, but it's parallel. These lines are parallel. We'll do another one here, but maybe a little bit shorter. So 3 vertical lines which will make up the building. Now what we'll do is we'll put the apex of the building in place, and the apex is going to go here. So what you do is you choose the central point between these 2, and you raise up and you pop a little dot. Now that will give me the perfect pitch of the apex of the roof. It's got to be perfect because we're using this perspective. That's a mouthful. Perspective, effective perspective. Yeah. Okay, now this line comes down to here. If the slightest line is out on your buildings, something looks amiss, so it's well worth practicing the technique that is pointing down to here. Let's match this line to this line. We've now got the basic building. What we'll do here is we'll put the line across the bottom, and we'll start to sketch in a few little objects, a few little things that make it look more like a building, so keeping this thing nice and simple. So if we was going to put some windows on this, how would we do windows? Well, we'll start off by sketching another vertical line. That's about 1 centimetre. That line is going to go down to this vanishing point here, so we can just loosely bring that down, and from the top that can come down to there. That's giving us 2 guidelines. Notice how faint those lines actually are, and then you can simply have as many windows as you like. We'll just go for the classic 2 windows at the top, and you know you've got perfect perspective on that building. Now when I'm sketching in a building, what I tend to do is I tend to just sketch in a very weak impression of the framework. It just helps me painting the windows at a later stage. It's not essential, but it's there. If I was doing a chimney on this thing, I could pop a line up the middle of the chimney, and then from that line it would come down to the vanishing point again, just loosely down to the vanishing point. It's not going to be precise in any means, or certainly not a strong line, just a weak line. So this is called a 2-point perspective. Match those lines parallel, and you've got the perfect angle for the chimney that is perched on the top there. So you can see how this thing is starting to develop. Now obviously we can go as far as we like with this. we could sketch in a window at the side here. Again, bring the lines coming to meet that vanishing point there. So the same logic applies all the way through, and that's how simple it is to sketch in something like a building. What we'll do here is we'll actually sketch in a bit of a porch on the front of the building. So what we'll do here is we'll do exactly the same as we've done for the chimney in the building. We'll sketch in the central point, which I'll just pop in a line slightly lower. Can you see it's a little bit lower here? And then the top and the bottom would go to the vanishing points. Very little pressure is required for this. Same up here. And this way it guarantees that everything is going to fit in perfectly. So we can use these guidelines as a way to sketch in this little extension, this little porch on the front of the house. What we'll do here is we'll put the central point here, the apex. Can you see where we're going with this? And then from the top, that'll shoot off up towards here, just so you know you're getting that perfect angle. So you can see you've got yourself a little building that is technically perfect. And then of course you could use something like a putty rubber or putty eraser, which is a great tool for just lightly removing any of those guidelines that you don't want to be seeing in your picture. But it's perfectly fine to have pencil in your watercolour. That's something what you'll see me do quite a lot. But we can turn this into a scene now. We said this was going to be the sea, so why don't we sketch it in a bit of a sort of rocky edge here, a cliff edge coming down, which will creep up the back there. We'll pop in some little impressions of trees. This is how I'd sketch trees, little sort of twisty, curly pencil lines. It's enough information to do the sketch from a tree here. Then we can put that coming down there, sketching a few branches. It just helps. You don't need to do too much sketching for your watercolour painting, but a little bit is actually quite nice. You can put a little footpath here that kind of weaves around. Notice the zigzags. See the little zigzags I'm applying to this? Little zigzags. Helps to get that natural feel to this area. We can pop in some lines across here. Now notice these little sort of Z shapes I'm doing at the bottom. That will help me get the impression as though this is an actual cliff edge. And of course here you'd have the water to represent a reflection in a sketch. Just sketching a few loosely flicked vertical lines, and it helps to reflect. If you wanted to reflect the building, put your ruler flush to the edge and just sketching a few guidelines coming down to help you position so you know that that's where the reflection would be. And of course here we would have the shadow side. Now I wouldn't normally sketch in the shadow side, but it's useful just to pop it in. It just helps you to give that impression, and of course I would reflect that as well. So it just helps for positioning purposes. And yeah, there you go. So a nice kind of simple way of sketching in. And that'd make a lovely little scene there, sort of a home by the sea, which is a wonderful song by Genesis.